When will she resign? Will she resign today? Or will she resign tomorrow to keep up that pledge? She should no longer be the leader of the Australian government. We've got to remember that CO2 is very beneficial to plant growth, and that's been well and truly established to increase our crops. So we've got to ask the question, why is it then that they want to bring in this carbon tax? Why is it they want to bring in a carbon tax that will take away the jobs and the livelihoods of all Australians, that will sentence families to a very bleak and unprosperous new year, and also will take away the future of our children? You know, the atmosphere is a global issue. It's not something that you can look after piecemeal. It's not a situation that if a plant closes here, there'll be one opening in Indonesia. But when it opens in Indonesia, it'll have jobs for Indonesians, and we'll lost the jobs for Australians. When it opens in Indonesia, it'll have export Indonesia, not for Australia. They'll lost those jobs. And the national pie will get smaller and smaller, and the tax revenue will get smaller and smaller, and the goods and services that you have will get smaller and smaller. We've got to remember that after World War II, Australia was a developing country. And we've got to rally around the flag. This is a very important time in our history. We stand at a critical moment, at a critical junction, where the men and women of Australia, as well as the politicians, must have the courage to realise that our future and the future of our children is at stake. I don't think the Gillard government's got any idea what they're doing. They're not supported by the Australian people. The polls have shown that. And even Kevin Rudd couldn't get elected, even though he was more popular than Julia Gillard. So who are these faceless people that are controlling the government? Who are these faceless people that are providing for your future? And they need to come out and identify themselves. They're the ones that should be standing for election, not the ALP. And as far as the criticism I get every day in Parliament, I want you all to know that my family has a strong commitment to this country. That in the First World War, we sent people to Europe. My dad uncle was killed defending this country in World War I. And in World War II, we had over 4 members of our family serving in the armed forces. My uncle fought on the CATA Trail in the 39th Battalion from Gippsland in Victoria and was wounded there and stopped the Japanese invasion of the country that he loves. I've got 3 nephews that are still recovering from the Vietnamese War and serving Australia. And my other nephew, Squadron Leader Martin Brewster, served with independent Timor. So I can never do what they've done. We can never do what they've done, what people like them, what countless millions of Australians have done since Federation. But we're standing today on their shoulders. We have to accept their responsibility to ensure that our country remains strong and remains free, and most importantly, economically, that we remain competitive environmentally, so that we can get the jobs and get the experts and have the wealth here, so that our standard of living doesn't decline and we don't go backwards. We have a great opportunity in Australia to grasp the future and to go forward in a very positive manner. We don't have to live in a constantly dwindling economy. We don't have to live in a place where our families and our children haven't got any future. And we don't have to live somewhere where we can't set our destiny, set sail for what we want to do and we want to achieve. After all, we're the only country in this region that has a positive surplus with the growing export markets in China. And those funds shouldn't be wasted by the government. All the Labor Party can do is tax and more tax. If it's not a mineral resources tax, it's going to be a carbon tax. It's not really a tax, it's like a donation tax. How can you tax the air? How can you tax the air that we breathe? As President John F. Kennedy said back in 1962 at Rice University in Texas, we all live on one small planet, we all breathe the same air, and we all want a good future for our children. Well, Gillard hasn't realised that we all live on this one planet. That the air, the carbon, things that go around this planet are global situations. But why is this being done? It's not being done for a greening issue. It's being done because they want to change our balance of trade, take away our objectives, and have other countries, such as the United States and Europe, to take our prosperity. But this is our prosperity that's been fought for by our citizens over many generations. Now, I don't know what all of you have done to stop this carbon tax. I'm sure you all think you've done the best you can. I'm sure you all think you've done the best you can by being today at the rally. But in truth, you haven't. I want you to dig deeper, pull out your checkbooks, take more time out, double the time you're committing to stopping this tax. Because what you're doing it for is not for me, but it's for you and me together. It's for our country and our children. We live in a great country. We come with obligations and responsibilities of those that have gone before us. I want you all to grasp the thought, to lift it high and ride it, and know that Australia in the future has a great future. But our people together, united, can never be defeated. So God bless Australia, and God bless all of you. I wish I could be with you. Thanks very much.
Now, how good was that? I mean,